Now that's all set up, get underway. So, welcome to another installment of Mass Effect Legendary Edition. I know I was kind of saying, like, I'm not sure if I'm going to go for like 100% exploration, but then I kind of remembered, like, oh yeah, like there's all these anomalies that are kind of randomly scattered about, so I guess that's the same thing encouraging exploration in the first game. Actually, I forgot. I don't know why I turned on the controller. Oh, come on. Even if I do it while the game is freaking loading up, go to hell. Go straight to hell. And then turn it back on. Apparently resuming for Mass Effect 2 does actually resume. Like, properly. It doesn't take you to the title screen, then resume. It just actually resumes. Which is interesting. I kind of wonder what that all is about. Might see the base code of the games. So and I think we're stuck with regard to where we still do scanner even after I don't have any probes, so let's just land. Not sure if we've had Tally with us in a while. Or we definitely haven't had Jacob with us in a fair amount of time, so it's either power duration or weapon damage. It's still second arena, but apparently it's not. Cargo ship Terralon docked to receive a large shipment of resources en route to facility in the Drynex system. Terralon requested an escort for the shipment, claiming pirate activity along the route. I just got an email from Twitch about their commitment to dealing with hate raids, which I naively believe. I mean, I think like some of their excuses for like not going into too much detail about what they're planning are actually kind of valid, because like they're saying like the more we tell you about what we're planning to do, the more the actual people behind it will be able to prepare and come up with ways to circumvent what they're planning. So it's also quite possible that a lot of, at least some number of the countermeasures they're putting in place are going to be like, I think, kind of in the back end, or if I'm using that term correctly, like it's going to be on their end. It's going to be within like filters and um, things that we cannot necessarily control directly. Things that are going to be relatively invisible to us beyond the results of it. And hopefully there will actually be results, because we are under mercenary attack. Escort civilians to crew quarters and return to the work area to protect the main computer at all costs. It's interesting that their Vanguard don't have a charge ability. Go!
Can't get a lock. Can't target them.
Mention the last report from Terra Alon encrypted. And the thing we already seen, so decrypt. Okay. So now we're doing tower defense. I'm sure we can actually go too far away from this.
You're done. Come on over.
Data is incomplete. Further details are required to trace Terralon's location. Data has been sent to Cerberus for further analysis. Huh.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal. Morden's psych profile warned of hyper behavior, but he is like a hamster on coffee. He's going to be a very productive member of the team. Anyway, what's up?
That'll be all.
I'll be here if you need anything.
We just need to go through every single one of these. Show this is definitely. I think it would be really helpful if you could rotate the map. Okay, this has the opposite of the problem in Mass Effect 1.
Probe launched.
It goes from moderate to poor.
Launching probe. Launching probe. Probe launched. Launching probe. Probe launched. Probe away. Probe away. Probe away. Launching probe. Probe launched. Launching probe. Probe launched. Launching probe.
I now have 50,000, at least 50,000 of each type of material.
Probe launched.
You can basically do a tour of the system or this cluster.
Probe away. Probe away. Probe away. Probe away. Launching probe. Probe launched. Probe away. Probe away. Probe launched. Probe launched. Probe away. Launching probe. Probe away. Launching probe. Anomaly detected.
User unregistered or record damaged. Nature of incident is not recorded.
Launching probe.
Assistance is requested. General distress. User unregistered or record damaged. Nature of incident is not recorded. Assistance is requested. General
launched.
distress. User unregistered.
Something on our sensors.
Alliance hotspot detected. Alliance source requests that all ships keep watch for signs of the missing freighter MSV Estevancia, Monaco. Lost 1 year ago in the sector. Any data recovered that shed light on the Esteban Monaco's fate will be rewarded. Terror scans indicate the presence of a large shipwreck. Is this the mission I was thinking of? I'm already giving this an information positive. I'm just going off memory because this is a really memorable anomaly mission. Basically, spoilers, more minor spoilers. This um, is like a ship that is teetering like on the edge of a cliff or something, and um, for out like even right now you can hear like the creaking and anything like there's just lots of really good atmosphere here. Um, and I think there's some scripted events that happen as you're traveling that further shows how much the ship is falling apart, how much it's just about to fall over entirely at the slightest movement. But it stops at the point of actually creating opportunities for a game over. It doesn't present any real danger to the player. Effectively, is why I put, which could seem like an insult, but it to me it is positive. This is information where information a point where like I could also potentially do control here or interaction because I believe there are some interactive moments, but I think we need to actually get to one to really determine whether or not it's worthy of a positive. I'm pretty sure it will be. Also, you can't save anywhere, even though you really want to.
It is likely that searching the wreckage would provide information about the Estevanico's final hours.
It's Estevantigo.
Disturbing the wreck could cause it to become unbalanced and fall over the cliff's edge.
It's not Estevantico, it's Estevantico. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm waiting to say, I don't think there's any time limit. I don't think there's anything. It just makes you feel like there's real danger. And sometimes that's all you need to do is create the sense that there's danger. Yeah, I'm gonna actually that officially is my positive for control or interaction. I'm still gonna list it as INC just because they're one letter things. Um, The only real challenge here is figuring out how to reach the goal, and that's enough. The atmosphere creates the illusion of urgency. Like, this is a perfect example of the illusion of urgency. Like, if you want to a case study in the concept of the illusion of urgency, like, I almost want to give another information positive, or even just an extension. I'm going to give another positive for that. It could be considered a positive addendum to my previous positive for information, but this is, again, we're barely into it, but by memory, this is a brilliant side mission. Like, the atmosphere, the the scripted events, like, everything is telling you this is like, you shouldn't be here. Oh, you have like a blinking red light. Like, I can make that extension of my existing second positive for this. Like, I'm giving this too many positives already. So that will justify the second information positive. You have an idea of where you're going, even if uh, getting there is still um, you also have some things you can get, for exploring. There's refined iridium. You are kind of discouraged by the atmosphere from exploring, but there's no real punishment for it. Well, like I said, this is a case study in the illusion of emergency. If you want to know how to create a perfect illusion of emergency, here you go. I mean, this is just maybe kind of an extreme example of it, but I mean, that's what makes it perfect. The level design maybe could be a little better. I will give you that. There could be a negative, but we'll see. I think maybe we need to go back up. I don't know what the point of that path is. If nope, we can't get there. Ah, having to like intentionally shoot things too. Well, we could give that another positive. There's a bunch of things they still haven't been given positives to yet. Um, like I think this may be the best anomaly mission in the game. It's kind of too bad it's hidden, but you know you can potentially miss it. But as far as I know, there's no game over. There's no time limit. There's just there's another good use of the I don't know why I can't climb up there. Like we've just shown that we could use the climbing mechanic to get up onto things. So like, why can't we do that here? Is this glitching or are we not meant to? I don't think we aren't meant to take this path. It feels like this is the only path we can take. So what the hell? I may still have to give it an information negative at this rate. What the hell? I don't see anything I can interact with. We're gonna see how frustrating this becomes, because I'm willing to give this negatives. Like I'm showering it with praise, but if it doesn't get the execution entirely right, because I mean, here's the thing. I mean, getting lost in any level design is bad. Getting lost in a level where the whole idea is to create a sense of tension is, in this particular case, is really bad, because if you get lost and you're just going around, every second, every moment that you're lost is a moment where you start to realize more and more that the tension is fake. Like, hey, like, nothing's happening. The thing isn't just killing over and crashing. I think this is fake. I don't think I'm in any real danger. There's also no quest indicator at all, which is fine because you're kind of... There's a degree to which you're meant to get lost, and that's meant to sort of help add to the tension. But again, if you get lost too long, it has the opposite effect. And you completely lose the player. And I'm starting to feel like it's losing me. Am I supposed to get up here? Is it just bugged so that I can't? Do I need to restart the mission so that I can? If it's a bug, does that deserve a negative? I don't see any... Well, I don't really see many paths that come off that. But, like, the fact that I can get up here seems to indicate that I am meant to get up here. Then what am I supposed to do? I need to forget... Okay. I don't know if that deserves a negative. That would be a control negative. Like, I'm very iffy on bugs, but a bug that has not been fixed. Since this game came out, there's another scripted event. So I can't really give it a pacing negative yet. Or lack of direction negative. Because I figured out where we're supposed to go and how I'm supposed to get there. It's just execution. And it's a bug, it might be fixed. Eventually, I don't know. Or maybe that only I am experiencing the bug. So tell me in the comment whether or not you think it deserves a negative. It was the book that, like I said, sort of makes you get lost longer than you should. Yeah, you can actually see it teetering. In fact, some of the paths you make are literally for literally made by further breaking the like. Yeah, let me go back to showering as a praise. If I take out any other negative, I may just give it a negative for the glitch. Then there's the sound effect too that's helping you further figure out where you're meant to go. So close yet so far away. Um, it allows you to get down and it allows you to it actually intentionally makes a bridge. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a negative for the glitch because it's the only problem with the whole entire mission. Yeah. So basically, it makes us that we're going the right way, makes us run around in circles. The actual path is fairly straightforward. Um, but yeah, like the atmosphere of that level is great. What you doing, Ellie? That's like three positives, four positives and one negative for just one anomaly mission. Like that's something. I mean, while we're giving positives for the missions, I could give like some positives and negatives for that other mission where we face those dragon things. I just don't know. It feels like it would
Probe away.
effectively, like any positive or negative I could give it would kind of level out. Because it's easy to get turned around, and there's a pretty good atmosphere.
Probe launched.
And conceptually, it's
Probe launched.
like it's a memorable mission, but I don't know if it's worthy of any particular praise or admonishment. Like the fact that it's memorable overall is worth nerding, maybe, but um, I can't even remember what the name of the planet is, so I don't know what I put in my notes.
Probe away.
I feel like I admit to it, at the very least, it's more memorable than most of the um.
Launching probe. Probe away.
Of the other anomaly mission.
Probe launched. Probe away.
I'd probably get at least 100,000 like iridium and palladium. I don't know about EZO.
Probe launched.
Like, I'm not even sure if there's 100. Like there probably is 100,000 you can get in the game as a whole, but yeah, I'll probably be it.
Probe away. Probe launched. Probe away.
There you go. Now I got 100,000 iridium.
Launching probe. Launching probe.
There we go.
Launching probe. Probe launched. Probe away.
Doing Ellie. At this point, I might just search for anomalies mainly.
I have detected an anomaly.
All hands prepare to burn down the house. Repeat, suspicious ship detected in planetary orbit. All hands prepare to burn down the house.
All hands prepare to burn down the house. Repeat, suspicious ship detected in planetary orbit. All hands.
Probe away. I have found something.
Cerberus hotspot detected. The planet Data tower in the Far Yard system suspected a close smuggling site. Cerberus is interested in obtaining materials kept at the site. Ours will be paid handsomely for any intact crates retrieved from the site. Be aware that Eclipse would rather see the cargo destroyed and lose it to a rival organization. Hmm. Ellie, they haven't closed the food time yet. What the heck are you doing? This is Ellie. No, I cannot. I had to concentrate on this damn thing right now. Okay.
We've been spotted.
Great. Damn it. Yeah, but where the hell is the other? We got over 50% of the crates. I consider that a success. I'm sure it's really practically possible.
Received a new message at your private term. There is nothing more absolute than the oath of an Asari Justicar. You did well getting Samara on our side. She is so elegant and gorgeous. Too bad her manner is just so cold.
Is there anything I should know?
You have unread messages at your private terminal. Anything else, Commander?
That'll be all.
It's always nice chatting with you.
Amazing find. Alliance Museum of Galactic Exploration Earth. There you go, the Estebanica. That shows that the ship was attacked and overrun by blood-packed mercenaries and Fortress soldiers. According to the dated records, this was the first Alliance crew to encounter the Vorcha. How frightened they must have been. Planning salvage crews to recover whatever they can for the museum. Thank you again for your dedication. Okay. We got more than half of them, so that's like kind of a win. Here's Mr. Ganak Edgehall Esquire. Oh, there we go. Here's Sherman. Hope this address still works. I promise to send you intel on the keepers if I found anything. And this is important. See those scans you took? It turns out the keepers are bioengineered. And based on my comparisons to some of that material from Saren's flagship Sovereign, they were engineered millions of years ago by the same people who made Sovereign. You may not understand how important this is, but it suggests that the Citadel wasn't really made by the Protheans. It may have been made by something far older with the Keepers as organic guardians. And what's more based on my genetic reasons, they're supposed to react to something, some signal or something, about every 50,000 years. If you measure genetic variance, it's like a bit like comparing rings on a tree to see the drought years. Whoever did this well around the same time the signal went off would be around the time the Protheans disappeared, and its scheduled to go off sometime around now. If any of the old tech still works, they could have some nasty surprises waiting for us. This spot you want to know. Nobody here on the Citadel will listen to me. This is something we kind of already learned from Mass Effect 1, but it does sort of bear repeating. Oh yeah, probably why the reason why I haven't been able to scan any of the stuff around the Shadowbroker base is because of the frickin' Roger Delayer of the Shadowbroker, the frickin' elusive man, decided, hey, we go do this thing for me. Go let me lure you to this collector ship and there really wasn't any actual urgency. Because the collector ship probably would have just been sitting out there the entire time and waiting for someone to get lured into his trap.
Probe launched. Probe away. Probe launched.
Probably should only be looking for these.
Probe launched.
So I guess I should remind people again that tomorrow will be simulation Saturday. I do actually own Banished now. That's one possibility. I'm kind of leaning towards either Jurassic World Evolution or
Launching probe.
also I should probably look up like Zoo Tycoon. Like see if it's any good and see how much it costs. That's kind of unusual to see like one little deposit of Ezo. There we go.
Launching probe.
Not really doing my proper surveying. Weep. For lack of a better term.
Launching probe.
Huh. Oh. It's kind of hiding there. There we go. Have anything too significant on it? How could Papili have ambushed the colony raiding pirates? Failure. Certain foundations antibiotic tests have been blocked by Citadel legislation. It says politician retired from public service after your spirit campaign. As police quietly slip you a cut from the raid on the Red Sand Factory. These are all kind of gambles. I'm not sure. Did Remy guide on which ones succeed and which ones fail? I just kind of invest in all of them. Although I could also just read them and make a judgment call of whether or not they're like worthwhile or um, particularly if they're like ethical by my standards, I guess, or my character standards. So the news agencies are trying to place more reporters in determinist systems. Use your resources to set up the journalist safe house is in reliable context so they can bring back news from the galaxy frontier. Blue listed. The Blue Suns are becoming dangerously powerful. Run a galaxy-wide expose on their corruption. Tendency to turn on their employers. Send business to their competitors. Mutually shared income. Between countries on the Batarian homeworld of Kashan are becoming frequently. Make sure no nation state gains more control than the others by regulating weapons sales to all sides. America is trying to develop hormone implants for alliance soldiers that fall outside of the Citadel genetic treaty laws. The company is prepared to be very generous if you let them know when the Citadel inspectors are coming. Generic, not genetic. Just fund everything.
How are you doing, Liara?
I'm a bit overwhelmed, to be honest. The Shadow Broker had more resources than you can imagine. Here, come on over. He had top-level access to the Turian and Asari governments. And more than one Solarian Dalatros traded intel. And now it's ours.
If you're in over your head, we could just crash this thing and walk away.
That's just it. In a way, I feel like I belong here. Working on my own, I was always hunting for leads. With the Shadow Broker's resources, it's about organizing, cataloging. I've got everything, Shepard. This is a dream job. Although, the location could be better.
Have you found anything useful yet?
The Shadow Broker knew about the Reapers. Perhaps that's why he offered to help prove Saren's guilt to the Council.
He didn't want Saren to succeed.
He also knew that the Collectors were Protheans, repurposed to be Harbinger's puppets. There's even some data on the Protheans. I think he knew what was coming and was looking for a way to survive.
Why was he still looking at Protheans? They gave us the warning and the conduit at Ilos, but we've used those.
The Shadow Broker seemed to think there was more out there. Perhaps the Protheans had other plans. Or maybe he was just grasping at anything that offered some hope.
How'd you know what the Shadow Broker was?
I didn't. I had no idea what to expect when we finally found him. But I researched pre-spaceflight cultures during some of my Prothean studies. I know a bit about the Yogg. There's more on the terminals if you want to look. They're a fascinating culture, and a terrifying one.
Yeah, we never see them again.
How's Farron doing?
As well as you'd expect, after 2 years of intermittent torture.
You gonna be okay?
I don't know. He wants to work, so I'm letting him help. Maybe it takes his mind off it.
So, you and Farron?
No. He's been through a traumatic ordeal. He's emotionally fragile and needs to heal. He's very grateful to me for saving him. But it would be irresponsible of me to take advantage of that.
It was good talking with you, Liara. Let me know if you need anything.
I think what I need right now is a friend. I can't leave for too long, but spending all my time on this ship. Maybe next time you come by, I could come up to the Normandy.
That sounds great. Why don't you come up now?
Okay, thanks. I'll be right there. Just give me a minute.
Okay.
Did you enjoy the tour?
Yes, it's a beautiful ship. And I ran into Joker. He seemed happy to see me. Although, he did ask if I'd embraced eternity lately.
Of course he did.
I also spoke with Dr. Chakwas. I'm glad she's doing well. I brought you something. It took some digging, but I recovered your tags.
I thought I'd never see these again.
They changed hands more than once. Do you remember Admiral Hackett? He gave them to me so I could return them to you. He sends his best and hopes you're okay. So, how are you doing, Shepard? I mean, really. Not what you tell your squad to keep morale up.
Between you and me, I have no idea how we're gonna do this. I'm doing everything I can, but...
You've done more than most. There wouldn't be a man, woman, or child left on Horizon, if not for you.
I saved some of them. Not enough. And the Collectors will keep hitting colonies until I stop them.
So you'll stop them.
And here I thought it'd be difficult.
You'll get the job done. You always do. I just don't know what comes next. So tell me what you want. What are you fighting for? A chance to give Jack faith in something more than anger?
That's cool that she recognizes your romance.
She's getting better. Relatively speaking.
That's not actually reassuring.
I suppose not. But she's important to me.
I hope the two of you find some happiness, Shepard. I should get back to my base, but thanks for inviting me up, Shepard.
Come back soon.
Yeah, that's a positive right there. I need to give more positives, like for I probably could give positives in advance for each of the uh, loyalty missions. Um, the date with Liara. I'd probably give it a control positive or interaction positive. I'll go ahead and give it information. I'm not sure if I'm gonna give a positive for the choices in Jack's loyalty mission. Um, I'll give um. I think I'll give it information and control positives for pretty much every loyalty mission. Um, I mean, we'll see if some of them are lacking in one department or the other. Is it just me, or are my headphones going weird again? There we go. Land again because there might be stuff we need to.
Shepard, glad you stopped by. We don't get many visitors.
Take it easy. You've been through a lot.
You're probably right. I never did say thanks for the rescue.
Liara never gave up on you, Farron. I just helped.
I'm still amazed Liara came for me. I'll never forget what either of you did.
I can log that in the archives for you, sir.
I see you met the secretary.
For 2 years, Liara didn't stop looking for you. You two must have been close.
She's a good friend. Better than I deserve.
How do you think Liara's doing as the new Shadow Broker?
Operations are almost fully recovered after a slight dip in efficiency.
Ever since we repaired the network, Liara's been glued to the archives. I caught her sleeping at her desk more than once. She's busy, but I think she likes it that way.
How are you holding up, Farron?
I'll be all right. I wasn't always strapped into that interrogation chair. Drell can mentally escape into old memories. It came in handy on the bad days.
How many times did the Shadow Broker hook you up to that contraption?
A lot. It gets fuzzy. He made the guards watch, as an example.
How did you and Liara both end up looking for my body?
Cerberus headhunted me and Liara to steal your body from the Shadow Broker. I was working for the broker at the time, and he's the one who scraped up your remains in the first place.
What turned you against the Shadow Broker?
He started working for the Collectors. You weren't their first victim. Was an information trader, not a slaver.
Looks like you've made a friend.
The drone follows everyone. I don't know why the broker kept it around.
I'm a shell for a specialized data processing VI, custom built to your specifications, Shadow Broker.
It helps coordinate the network's massive information feeds, but it could use a different interface tone.
You deemed my default personality sufficient for your needs, Shadow Broker.
I wish it would stop calling me that.
Take it easy, Farron.
Thanks.
There we go.
What does this console do?
This is the video surveillance access point. I've queued up the archive footage you requested on your last visit, Shadow Broker. Aria Talok, Omega. Citadel. Fred Mazai, Citadel.
The audio is a little weird.
Donnell Udina, Omega.
I think it's so appropriate.
Armando Bailey, Citadel. David Anderson, Citadel. Praetor Gavon, Omega.
Okay.
Kalisa bint Sinan Al-Jilani, Citadel.
I mean, that's
Number 20, Citadel.
probably one of the reasons why I suppose she developed self-defense programming or training, regardless of whether or not you punch her in the previous ones, because it's a common occurrence. I wonder if these are based on the old textures.
Matriarch Atheta, Ilium. Erdnot Torsk, Tuchanka. Elias Kellum, Citadel. Okeer test subject number 317, alias Grunt. Ilium. Thane Creos, Kaje. Justicar Samara, Ilium.
He has cutscene powers.
Aria Talok, Omega.
Check out more videos on your next visit. Delivery pickup use.
A Alvin agent has obtained the equipment used to record the General Partonax and Killick's Tanis duel.
I'm surprised by Thane's spiritual side. His psych profile mentioned little of it, and he carries himself with such cold confidence. I'm not sure if I find him scary or sexy.
A lot of women like bad boys.
That is a dirty stereotype. In my case, it happens to be true, but still. Anyway, what's up?
That'll be all.
I'll be here if you need anything.
That's a weird spot to be.
Fuel reserves at 50%.
That is like literally busy. I'm sure we're gonna help Grunt just right now. I forgot to check my Animal Crossing thing. Um, this is why I need to stop having to look things up on my phone, because every time I do. Are you distracted by something else? Okay, apparently there's a really small planet in the asteroid belt. Or at least that's what I'm reading. One of the asteroid belt? Oh, wait. It's down by the star.
Probe away. Launching probe.
I kinda wish you had the ability to like just sell, like excess materials. I mean, I can kind of understand why you don't have that ability because at least early on you could like run low, right, Ellie?
Launching probe.
How you doing, Ellie? There you go.
Someday we'll get off this far and show those Turians who's boss.
Clan Erdnot has increased its strength after the destruction of Clan Werlock. Also, I have been unable to access local medical records. I suggest asking the local clan leader for assistance with Grunt's problem.
Shut. My son. Blake tackled the Baron. It was good. Fast. Strong. Of course it was. Any son of yours must be. You don't want anything I sell, human. That's enough. I can teach you the hunt. The best way to shoot a lion. Fight with honor and savagery. You can do that next time they bring me. One more win in the pits, and I'm retiring. Don't touch anything.
Krogan's hit by genophage, nuclear assaults, civil wars. Still survive. Impressive to see life adapt, continue despite circumstances. Inspiring.
This should come in handy.
Yeah, I need to work sort of biotic damage.
These things will last longer if they didn't hit it. Place your bet on the pits, human. We won't regret it.
We have assault rifle accuracy. And heavy muscle weight, which I believe we get by.
That Kasumi is an interesting addition to the crew. I can see why she's good at her work. She never reveals anything meaningful about herself. It's all on the surface. It'll be a challenge getting to know who she really is. Anyway, what's up?
That'll be all.
Take care.
One negative I'm considering is for the DLC characters not being fully fleshed out. I mean, they are, but they also kind of aren't. Okay. Like, they aren't presented the same way as, the main characters. You just kind of talk to them and interact with them. You can't really romance them, which is a bit of a shame.
Beacon triggered by Universal Distress Protocol. Unregistered user or record damaged. Status is not known. Beacon triggered by Universal...
Probe launched. Scans have found something.
I have another planet was running. So far, no. Interesting that we only get the like the texture effect on our armor on that one planet with Jack. There's assault. Oh yeah.
Hostiles!
Ooh. Nice gib effect. If we just get the hell out of this place now. Well, what about the loot and XPs?
They're up ahead.
Can't reach the target.
Excuse me. That was lucky.
Can't target them.
I'll put them down!
Alien machine discovered. It's actually kind of distracting when you're trying to freaking read. They found some kind of Reaper artifact.
Shepard, I detect a powerful alien signature deep within the mines. It appears the device is the source of the husk. It is likely that destroying it would stop them.
Stop firing at me, idiot!
Can't reach the target.
Burn and die!
Can't reach the target.
Too late! Time to fight!
Received the house still apparently not. That's good. Okay. My god. Hope we have damage immunity while we're doing that. Otherwise, I'll probably have to give it a control negative.
Too late! Now you're dead!
A bomb. Hey,
No problem.
Right.
there we go.
No mess. I bumped into Zaid recently. Quite the character. Given how much violence and destruction that man's seen, he's surprisingly well adjusted. Still, I wouldn't want to be alone with him. Anyway, what's up?
That'll be all.
It's always nice chatting with you.
Launching probe. Probe away. Probe launched. Probe launched.
Already gotten all these that we can get from it.
Fuel reserves at 50%. Probe away. Launching probe.
Shocked that the sun isn't ripping the atmosphere out of the gas giant.
Launching probe.
Not sure if it will explore the entire nebula.
I have detected an anomaly.
Trevor, Stretch, think you're processing
launched. I have found something.
I may take a break after this. And feed my kitty and myself, I suppose, too.
Is approaching from the northwest. Proceed with caution.
No, someone needs to ask me what song I'm humming. What would be the I'm da-da-da-ing, imitating? Sexual contagion.
Captain, short-range sensors just went offline, and I'm locked out of helm control. The VI is reporting malfunctions all over the ship.
Okay. Yeah. I know.
Captain, short-range sensors just went offline, and I'm locked out of helm control. The VI is reporting malfunctions all over the ship.
Poor girl, she's gonna starve if I don't give her more food right away. You know, she's probably got a little bit of food left over. She just wants her goodies. Okay, Max. It's a good thing they have people capable of overload.
Attention all hands. We are on a collision course and losing systems fast. Report to the escape pods immediately. This is not a drill.
Interesting pattern of fire. Maybe control locked out by executive command. I'm not sure if this is meant to indicate that there's something weird and magical happening, or if that's just the way it's supposed to look. Hey, we're supposed to be up there.
Trenton, we've got a problem in the cargo bay. Marcus says the mechs in the containers are activating and self-destructing. Go check it out. Multiple hostiles powering up at your location. Recommend immediate extraction.
We've been spotted. Can't target them.
Yeah, that was really. I should not have survived that. Talk about can get it off.
Reduced visibility 65%. Proceed to shuttle for evacuation.
Here we go. Enemy down. Come on, we need to leave.
I suppose the dare is strong here.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal. How may I help you, Commander?
Do you have a moment to talk?
I always have time for you, Commander.
How do you feel about being assigned to the Normandy?
I was handpicked by the Elus. How do I feel? But mostly I feel encouraged. Under your leadership, we can't fail.
Don't worry.
I trust you implicitly. The moment I met you, I knew I could close my eyes, fall back, and you'd be there. I knew it would be. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
I better go.
Okay. Maybe we'll talk later.
Maybe she doesn't feed your fish and you romance her? That'd be stupid. Speaking of which, oh my god. Oh my god! Fuck this game. Can you repurchase a dead fish? Is my hamster safe? I'd like to give this game a negative. Like, I was fastidious initially, but like once we started getting to like all the little tiny missions, and not having to like debrief with everyone, that is a fucking negative. Like there are too many missions in the game for you to have to like remember. Oh yeah, I need to go to my cabin and feed my fish. 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 Like, I'm sorry, that is freaking stupid. And yeah, you have a ways around that, but like, that might be part of the reason why she hasn't offered because my fish are already dead.
Probe launched. Probe away. Probe launched. Probe launched.
I don't know if it's to forget to do it once or if you do it a couple times, but it doesn't really matter. The fact that it's there.
Probe away.
Is it's random Tamagotchi bullshit.
Probe launched.
I'm making it a second negative if you can't like repurchase them. Because if I can't repurchase them, that is like this game is terrible. This game gets a 0 out of 10.
Launching probe.
I might have to freaking go into a save editor and see if there's a way to like undo the fish dead flag or whatever.
Probe away.
They give it another negative, at least for the game not communicating to you that it's possible for your fish to die.
Launching probe.
I mean, the only way to do that is to have at least one of your groups of fish die. So you'll probably learn it like early enough, but like even then, like you lose one type of fish potentially permanently. I mean, it may get a negative regardless, but it was especially get a negative if there's no way to effectively revive them. If you can't repurchase them as a control positive and it effectively cancels out the control negative, and it may even cancel out the information negative because you it would effectively erase the information negative because you can on a regular playthrough you could learn fairly quickly that your fish can die and then you just repurchase them and no harm no foul. If you can't repurchase them, that is a both an information negative and that's more negatives. On top of the process just being tedious and the consequence for slipping up being excessively severe, especially after you acquire a ton of the different fish, because then you can't even replace them. Because there's no way to undo it. Like that would be a control negative. On top of that, the fact that you can't undo that means that the information negative is there. And it's also possible to, well, the information negative would be there because it's impossible to undo. And I don't know if I'm getting it through properly. Okay, so if it's impossible, okay, I can already kind of describe it, but like if it's impossible to undo, that means that basically going in blind, not realizing that the feeding mechanic is critical to keeping your fish alive, and that you have to do it literally after every mission or after every other mission, or however long it is. I had to look into it. It doesn't really matter that much because you can just get caught up in doing side quests like I did and forget, and they're freaking dead. That shouldn't be a thing. I'm sorry. That should not be a thing. Like, regardless of anything else. It is like what I like to call detrimental realism. It is realism that is pointless and overly detracts from the game. Like, even if I can replace them, being able to replace them would be a positive, and it would effectively cancel out the negative, but still, the negative would still need to be there. The same doesn't go for the information negative because if the control positive is a control negative, meaning you have no means of replacing them, um, then it effectively means that when the only way you can learn that your fish will die if you don't feed them is by not feeding them and then finding them dead. And then being able to do nothing about it means that the information not only has a consequence, but it has an irreversible consequence. And therefore, like maybe you never ever go up to the captain's cabin or something until like much later, and you find all the fish that you purchased have died. Like that's a possibility, a remote possibility, but still a possibility. And that you've wasted a bunch of money, and that you no longer have something pretty to look at when you go into your captain's cabin. And the fact that you had to like really work at building up your relationship with uh, Kelly, and possibly that it needs to be a romantic relationship in order for her to feed. I don't know if that's true or not. It's possible the only reason we haven't been given the option is because our fish were already dead at this point. So we can test that later. If it turns out, and I had to research this to confirm, that the only way to have our fish fed in Mass Effect 2 automatically is by romancing Kelly, that may be another negative. And that I pretty much can guarantee that it will be another negative. Like, I'm sorry that I'm giving so many negatives to such a superficial thing. You could even argue that my next biggest gripe that I've ranted about is an insubstantial thing. But these things really bug me. And hell yeah, if I find a way to edit to use a save editor to reverse it, that is, if I can't buy them. If I can repurchase them, then I'll do that. But I will suffer the natural consequences of having to repurchase them. But if I can't, to the save editor, and hope that I don't run into any significant bugs like I did before. I will back up a save to be safe. I'm not even gonna bother scanning these unless I find an anomaly. I've heard anomaly detected, but apparently not. That's the natural consequence of having the headphones off. But I think it also has a... There's an abandoned station somewhere in here. There it is, an extra tiny planet there. I can actually refuel here. I'm not sure if I'm going to. I need to investigate this while it's still fresh in my mind. I don't know about this. Oh, damn it. I probably need to go to Ilium, because there may be new stuff to purchase on the Citadel. I'm pretty sure it's nothing new on Ilium. So
Commander, a pleasure to see you
what?
again. Can I help you with something?
No,
Thank you.
I was trying to.
Have a pleasant visit to Nos Astra, Commander.
Ilium sees many human refugees, terminus orphans, and former slaves abandoned by Batarian raiders. For many, the adjustment
We were
is
always told that Ilium is one of the safest places in the galaxy, until you fell off the grid. Signed the wrong contract, joined up with the wrong company, or walked down the wrong alley, and it's as dangerous as anywhere else. Don't let this place fool you. It's no safer here than Omega.
Pardon me, I'm dealing with damn Ilium travel bureaucracy.
Were you trying to get them to help you find this locket?
Oh, Stephen, thank you. Thank you so much. My daughter was young when he died. This is the only memento she has of him. Please accept this. It's much less than I would have had to pay the bureaucrats to authorize a search.
You should try it my way. Look at how the wind's blowing. Do you have anything flashier? I want something that says, I own this room. I own you.
Discipline, teamwork, confidence. When you you're getting a crash course in life. Join today and find out about our incentive program, signing bonuses, and retirement options.
Ilium Entertainment would like to respond to complaints about our upcoming film, Blast of the Jellyfish Stings. The NR Anti-Defamation Association
For
claims
example, you know that new drug, the one that causes permanent neural scarring? That's horrible. There's a 12-page contract for shipping.
What about you? Going to try and make it as a commando?
I still need more.
Why not? Every assault.
Maybe a shirt. Or a card. Ilium. Hey, your blue's
I'm-
shifting already. That's funny, right? A sorry skin color and the Doppler effect?
I think this is.
It's just, we're looking for weapons.
How would you go around and recollect them is
You can sell something that dangerous with just a contract and a waiver?
These are the terminus systems. Everything's dangerous, and everything's for sale. Either we tax it or monitor it.
I still think the fact that you would, like, regardless of whether or not you can actually just become friends with her and unlock the ability to have her automatically feed your fish would still be potentially negative worthy. Just because
25. Sell at 25.
because up until that point you still have to deal with the nuisance of having to feed them every frickin' time. And again, you can slip up and they frickin' die. Unskippable. Randomly, they should just patch that out. Or patch in the ability to skip it. Like just about everything else.
How may I help you, Commander?
Is there anything I should know?
You have unread messages at your private terminal. Anything else, Commander?
That'll be all.
It's always nice chatting with you.
I need to confirm this. Do I need to romance her? This could potentially be too negative, just through sheer quantity of issues alone. Huh? That might be old news. I hope they fix that. I don't think whether or not you flirt with her or romance her has any bearing on the other romance option. That does not matter. If you're role playing like I am, and granted, my character is semi polyamorous, but he also respects others, you know, desire to have an exclusive relationship, and he does not know whether or not Jack is okay with him. In fact, it seems like she might be a little like, at the very least, like some of the things that she said, combined with just who she freaking is. Yeah, he's not gonna mess around. At this point in time. I'm just gonna roll this into one. It's not that terrible. I'm not even gonna necessarily mention like the fact that you can romance her about affecting other relationships. Doesn't matter. If you're role playing, or if you are just straight up concerned, naturally, that this is going to cause issues with your other relationships, it's never gonna come up. Um, I'm gonna go and confirm that I can buy all the other fish back. The Kelly thing basically guarantees that I'm it's going to have at least one net negative. Also, apologies to LA for getting this sidetracked. But again, I need to do this while I'm friggity thinking of it, because
I found references to a forger named Fade in CSEC crime reports, Shepard. Perhaps that is a good place to start looking. Also, according to CSEC, a Drell recently passed through customs. The CSEC office may have more information.
I'm just gonna go through here and do all the stuff.
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
I think we can pretty much confirm at this point that you can buy back all your fish. He's making that. You still have to go to a bunch of places to get them all back. But it's fun. We're fine. How are you? And we did get a discount.
This is depressing.
Yeah.
Find a Turian and beat the crap out of it. That always makes you feel better.
I don't think there's anything else to buy or even do here.
The Turian government is considering further reparations to humans whose ancestors died in the Relay 314 incident at Shashi. The Turian government previously made reparations from what humans call the First Contact War, but refused to pay interest. The Turian hierarchy has supported improved relations with humanity since the Alliance's heroic sacrifice defending the Citadel from Saren's attack 2 years ago.
Now available on video, the abridged version of Francis Kidd's award-winning production of Hamlet, featuring an all-Elcor cast.
Adulpated grief. He is dead and gone, lady. He is dead and gone. At his head a grass-green turf. At his heels a stone. Pray you mark. White his shroud as the mountain snow. Larded with sweet flowers, which bewept to the grave did go. With true love showers.
And don't forget to catch Elcor Hamlet live, an unforgettable 14-hour experience.
In sincere endorsement, you have not
Does that include intermissions?
until you have heard him in the voice of Elcor.
Maybe I should give a positive for these alone.
This is the warehouse where Garrus set up a meeting with the Forger. If you wish to find Fade, Garrus should accompany you.
Ah, okay, so...
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
I trust you, Michael. What medical upgrades do you want to get for him?
I don't know. Maybe we should ask him.
Your attention, please. Citadel security reminds residents and visitors that heightened security precautions are in place for your safety. If approached by a CSEC officer, please be prepared to offer biometric and genetic data for identity confirmation. If you see a synthetic unaccompanied by an organic owner, report to the closest CSEC kiosk. Or link into CitadelNet, keyword CSEC Night Watch. Remember, we are all responsible for public safety.
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
I don't think there's anything new to buy on the Citadel. Besides getting the fish back.
A council inquiry has concluded that a combat BI that went rogue on Luna was not intentionally upgraded to full AI status. Alliance members have maintained that the BI was for...
I was just accidentally upgraded to,
findings, it is unlikely any charges will be filed. The prison ship Purgatory has been destroyed following an apparent riot. Security ships are en route to the area to retrieve prisoners and guards from...
hey, she's still standing there. I think she'd go away after a certain point.
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
Like, there isn't a whole lot of reason to go back to, the Citadel. Past a certain point. Well, aside from, like, all these little other missions, but still. Like the loyalty missions. Like they're not nothing. Yeah, it is stupid that you had to romance your yeoman to unlock a freaking convenience feature. I wonder if there's a mod that just unlocks that after you build enough of a friendship with her. Or if you could, like, modify your save to just have that be a thing. One positive I can give Mass Effect 3 is that... Okay, now we have the location of MSB Corsica, whatever the heck that is. Okay, we're probably going to take our separate break. Maybe an hour or two. In any case, there's a bunch of things you can do that'll take a few seconds of your time, as well as other things. That may take a bit longer. But of course, it's always all optional, and in any case, I thank you for watching, and until next time,